Hello everyone. So today we are going to learn about vectors. So as I told you earlier, for dynamic size arrays, we use vector class, right? Now you might be wondering like what is the problem with simple arrays, traditional arrays which we use. So the biggest problem with them is memory storage issue. All right. So okay, let's take an example. Suppose you are given a task by a university to have a database of 500 students, right? Or you can say like of all the students which will take admission in 2022. All right. Now the number of seats in your college is suppose 500. So obviously you will store the students data in an array table, right? So for that you'll use an array. Now suppose you made an array of 500 students. Now, it is not, suppose it is not necessary that all the students will take admission, right? Suppose only 400 took admission. So your size of array, which is 500, 100 memory is, wasted, right? And in the same way, suppose your university in the same year increased the seats to 600, 650 something. Now how you will, add more data of the students. So that's why we use vectors. So the main advantages of vectors is, first of all, as I told you about the dynamic size, I think it is rich library function. All right. There are many vector functions which are, directly help us in coding, like finding a number or, deleting a number. So it helps us in that. All right. Now let's try and code some. So let's, first of all, let's include our all right. Now, first of all, let's talk about how we'll declare a vector. So it's very easy. You'll write vector, and then you are going to write the type of your, vector. Suppose here I'm taking int, and then you'll have a variable. All right. So you can use char, long, anything, right? So this is how we declare a vector. All right. Now next thing, what let's see how we'll add elements in a vector. So it is very easy. You'll do v, which is a variable name, right here. V dot push back. See, our IntelliSense is already completing it, so I'm just doing that. And number. Suppose I'm adding 10, and suppose I add 20. And I add 30. All right. So this is how we enter the numbers in a vector, right? Now, how will you access this vector table? How you will, print the values? So for that, what you can do is, I'm going to tell you three ways for it. All right. So first way is simple array for int I is equal to 0, I less than, okay. One more vector function is v dot size. So v dot size returns as the size of the vector. Here it is 3. So this loop will run till 3 and I plus plus, right? Now simply just see out vi and alright, easy code. Let's try and run it. Okay, it is taking some time. Yeah, here is the result 10, 20, 30, right? So this was one way. So let me, all right. So I commented this. There's another way which is for int x belonging to v, cout x handle. All right. Now what is this? What are we doing here is we are having a variable x which will access all the values of v, and we are going to every time see out our x. Also, one more interesting thing is, suppose you don't know like what are the values in your vector. Like you don't know ki vector is character or string, or sometimes you can forget it when you write big codes, right? So instead of int, what you can write is auto. All right. So it automatically detects the element in v, and then we see out the x, right? So let's try and run it again. See, it's again 10, 20, 30. So let me comment this as well. Okay, now third is very interesting. All right. All right. So here what we are going to use is we are going to use iterator. All right, we are going to use an iterator, which is going to be a pointer, of course. I'll explain the code. Don't worry about it. All right. Now you might be wondering what is this thing which we have written here. All right. So iterator is basically a pointer, right? Let's go back to our table. What are the elements which we took? 10, 20, 30. All right. Let's have, like this 10, 20, 30. This is like this. So this is our vector vector. The table looks like this, right? Now see what I have written. For it v dot begin. So v dot begin is also a function of vector. So what it does is it tells us the first element, which is 10. So iterator pointer is pointing at 10, right? And can you tell me what is v dot end? Think and tell me. So many of you might have thought wrong, and it's all right because it is the first time you are hearing about it. So v dot end always refer to this. All right, to the space which is next to the last element. So that's why we have written till it is not equal. If it is not equal to v dot end, we'll increase it. All right. So first it is at 10, right? V dot begin. After that, it will go to 20. It will print 20. After that, it will go to 30. It will print 30. It will come here, which is v dot end. So this condition will get violate. This condition will get violate, and hence will come out of the loop. Alright, and since it is a pointer, so to access the value of the pointer, we are using star here, right? Simple, cool. Let's try and run this code as well and see. See 10, 20, 30, which is our desired value. All right. So till now, what you have learned how to, insert an element by v dot pushback, and you have learned, v dot size, which, returns the size of the vector, right? And what else? You have learned, three ways how to access elements, right? And what else? What else? What else? What else? Hmm, v dot begin. You have learned, which helps us get the first element, right? You learned about v end, which refers to this part, all right? And well, yeah, so that's all you have learned. Okay, let's code this also so you will understand better. All right, cool. Now let us talk about deleting an element. How you will delete an element? So it's very easy. What you'll do is v dot pop back. Yeah. So what it does is it will always delete element from the end. All right. So if I write v dot pop back, it will delete this element. All right. So if you want to try it, let's write it here, and I remove this. All right, and run this. Output should be 1020. See, 1020. So it always deletes the element, deletes the last element. V dot pop back. All right. Now, what else we can see about this? I already told you about. Okay, there's one more function, v dot insert. Okay, so what is v dot pushback does is it will always insert element at the end, right? Suppose if I write v dot pushback 40, v dot pushback 40 would come here, okay, and then the v dot end would come here, right? But suppose if I have to like put here in the starting, what would I do then? So we'll use insert function. So it takes two parameters. First is, the position where you want to put it, and second is a value. So for position, we always use v dot begin, right, which tells us about at the first element, and the value could be anything. All right. So instead of v dot begin, if you want to add it to the v dot begin, would we'll add 3 at the first place. Suppose if I have to put it at second place, or yeah, suppose if I want to put it at the second place. So what I am doing is I'm just simply add 1. All right. So I'll erase this one. All right. I'll control X this one. All right. Let's do this and let's try to run it. See, it is added to the second position. Okay, easy code. Right. Another thing. So yeah, you heard about we don't pop back, which removes the last element. Right? We told about you. But if you want to, delete any other element, what you can do? You simply will do v dot erase, and you write the position. Again, we'll do the same thing. We'll do v dot begin. So v dot begin will, obviously remove the first position element. If I want to remove the second position element, I would just simply add 1, right? So I'll just copy this and add it here so you can check for yourself. Alright, whether the element is deleted or not. Alright, Control S, right? Yes. See, initially it is 10, 3, 20, 30. But now we have removed the third element, so it is 10, 20, 30. Alright, cool. So that was, v dot erase. And suppose now, if you want to remove all the elements of, the R vector, you will simply write v dot clear. Now if you write to check, we'll write c dot v size. And comment all of this out. Let's see 0 because we have removed all the elements, so size v dot size would return 0, right? So I guess that is all. These are the basic functions of vectors which you should know, all right, which will help you in the array problems. All right, there are many more vector functions which you can obviously check on net. All right, but trust me, these are the main functions which you'll be using most of the time in your codes. All right. Okay, one more thing I want to tell you that see, here what I have done is I have pushed back the numbers from the computer, right? But what if I want what if the user, wants, what if I want the user to input the number? So what I can simply do is that I'll have something like int v n user size, alright, and simply I'm going to do a alright. Now what I'm going to do is I'm declaring a variable x. We'll have x and then we'll v dot pushback x. Alright. So this would come in handy to have user defined inputs. Alright. So I guess this was all for this video, and this was all for the vector part. So I hope you understood vector functions, how to use them, and see you next time.